we're on the show Experience Conspiracies with Rebecca Joy Morley, as it were. She's going to be telling us about the lizard people and why she believes that each and every one of us has one inside. Rebecca?
Well, from a young age, my father raised me to believe that there's an under-earth, meaning there's dual levels of consciousness and reality. And in this separate reality, lizard people are there from the beginning of time. That's what I was taught and raised, and the more I've grown and in touch with my lizard mind, I've felt it, I've seen it. There's no denying it for me that lizards live within us all.
To deny that the lizards exist, it sounds, would be to deny a fundamentally important part of yourself. So what would you say to the non-believers who are constant in this endless cycle of saying, no, the lizards do not exist?
I would just say, look within yourself and really reflect. Do you feel that slitheriness, the moistness even in your skin? And then do you sense sometimes that the world is watching you all the time? Because that's lizard brain right there.
So if you feel cold-blooded or wet, if you ever feel wet or warm, there's a high probability that that is your lizard self trying to express itself.
Exactly.
So do not deny that part of you. Now, continuing on Conspiracies R Us, Rebecca was going to tell us about how the flat earth theory makes sense and why all of humanity has been duped into believing it's a spheroid. Rebecca?
Well, first off, the media wants to dictate everything that you see, feel, hear. They want to control you completely.
Can't deny that.
They have every reason to make you believe that the earth is round. Let me tell you, though, it's not. It's flat. It's been proven. Can you see the curve?
I can't.
No. Right now, can you see a curve?
I do not see that spheric curvage. No.
There is no curve.
And if you can't see the curve, how would you know?
It's not round.
Now, what do you say to those crazy people who say that you've been launched into space? We have those photos from the space station. What do you say to these people?
Well, clearly it's been faked since the 1960s. We needed to get an upper hand on Russia.
That's right.
Our belief was that the Russians were going to reach space before us.
Yes, and that's why, if you didn't know, we've talked about it on the show, but they hired Kubrick, I believe it was.
Mr. Stan.
And he was hired to fake the moon landing for the United States government to gain dominant world power for the United States. So.
Yeah, if you didn't know, you need to check it out. It's facts.
And if you don't believe it's a fact, you're wrong. Well, thank you again for tuning in to Conspiracy Theories R Us. I'm your host, Daniel. This was our guest, Rebecca.